WHEELOCK. Good. All right. Hey, everybody. We're just getting back from lunch at the Canada Connect conference. We're April 25th here. With me is Alanna. Alanna.
Like banana.
Okay. King, and follow her on Banana 29, right?
That's right.
All right. And
about how school libraries and e-learning needs to come together. And in our school board, which is rural, e-learning is a real game changer. A lot of our students are accessing e-learning because they don't have access to those classes. And so it's a need, but it also has an at-risk piece to it, because for a lot of students who choose online learning rather than face-to-face, there are some really crucial things that might make them choose an e-learning course rather than go to their local school. So for me, that's all about access and equity. And we've talked about this morning, my library coordinator and I talked about the last 7 years of work that we've done and where we'd like to go to next, but some of the things that we're going to need in order to get there. So we talked about things like grouping digital resources centralized in one place. We talked about making sure that there's a pedagogy for everybody, at-risk learners, together rather than something that's geared maybe to the students who are more privileged or more likely to be successful, that kind of thing.
so tell me about your work, school, your role at your school.
Right now, I spend 5/6 of my year as teacher-librarian in the secondary school, and the other 6 I teach online college level, grade 12 English.
So that must keep you pretty busy.
It does. And one of the things that I think it does in both of those places is it keeps me very geeky.
So speaking of geeky, so it sounds like you've got your pulse on kind of where kids are and also the technology. Is there, what are you seeing as far as future trends in technology that you'd like to explore, see, or maybe you're already doing?
Well, one of the things I'd love to see would be more things like virtual reality and augmented reality, but embedded in our digital classrooms, so that we don't have to do things that are outside of the classroom so much as they're doing that. We're still waiting in our board on the ultimate video conferencing tool where I can just click and say, hey, I can see you're having trouble with that. So that sort of thing would be amazing. Of course, as a librarian, I would love to have a librarian and a special education consultant and all of those things in every online classroom. That would be amazing.
Do you see, with virtual reality, I'm seeing a lot of movies, TV shows that are, along those lines, but they seem, pretty high up there and pretty expensive. Do you see the price point and those technologies becoming more available for schools?
Well, I think they're going to have to do something where kids can actually get to a creation place in order to be able to do it so that they're creating their own VR presentations. I mean, even thinking in 3D, that's a whole new perspective that I didn't grow up with. So if that's our new reality in both gaming and entertainment, but also in terms of like the UNS put out some amazing virtual reality videos on what it's like to be in a refugee camp, for example, right? So building empathy and community and connection, things like that. All those perspectives, we're going to have to be able to create it as well as watch it. So not just consume, but create.
Yeah, and I think, the designers and developers can do the creation, but really for the person on the other end, it's more of a experience of, again, just watching. It's a visual experience. But from what I've seen with the technology and augmented pieces, it seems like they're starting to come to a point. I think Google has like Airbrush or something like that where you can actually do some creating. So hopefully that's around the bend.
That'd be great.
So what are some of your immediate projects you're kind of thinking of doing?
Some of the immediate things that I'm working on are just that ultimate portfolio tool where I had before in my face-to-face classroom, I'd have like a box with kids' file folders in it, but being able to bring that out, have a look at it, maybe throw some media into that, digitally comment, put it back, maybe share it with peers for assessment, share it with the kid for assessment, and then have them keep grooming it until they thought it was where it is. I haven't seen that yet. I would love to see something like that.
Well, and it really personalizes it, right? And
right.
I think is, again, another potential for what the technology we have today is to be able to personalize learning, for you to personalize teaching to each particular student.
I'm coming around on like the open educational resource and thinking, how do we keep co-creating those lists and those projects again, as to level the hierarchy between student and teacher, you know, to really flatten and make sure that this is an individualized learning experience for the student. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, well, it's coming, we hope, and it looks like we've got a lot of fun. So we're going to pivot now to the Speed Geek questions, and we're going to bring our audience here with us. So here's where the AnswerGarden comes into play. Now, these are to do. So for those of you in the audience, you're just going to, you'll just type it in the SoundGarden, and I'll read off the question to you. Sometimes it takes a little bit for our spinning here. All right, so the first question is, what's your favorite tablet? So you guys can answer on your AnswerGarden, and you can give me a little more elaborate.
All right, well, I have 2 iPads with me. One is, you know, just set up perfectly for my evaluation tool, and the other one is like my personal tool that will have all of my games on it, as well as, you know, my social media and things like that. But I never go anywhere without my iPad.
And, well, there's a question, so I'll wait to see if we get that question.
Okay.
Because there is a follow-up to that. So did everyone, let me check our AnswerGarden to see what we got. Did I close my AnswerGarden? I think I did. So let me just open that up. We've got to let our participants in here. So favorite tablet. Did everyone submit their answer? Did I move that up? There we go.
iPad.
All right, go ahead and submit your answers. Do we have iPad? Is that pretty much all the way around? Let me hover.
All 3 of them.
Oh, we got 3 iPads. All right. Everybody loves their iPad. Are there any Chromebooks out there? Any Chromebook fans out there? No. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. It kind of plays the line there, doesn't it? So you don't automatically. Good point. All right. Let's go to our next question. Oh, there it is. Favorite social network. So feel free to plug that in there for everybody.
My favorite social network is definitely Twitter. Words. So I like typing, and although I'm trying with Instagram, I haven't made the work there. I love following hashtags. I'm all about it when I'm doing something like this conference. It's really important to me.
Yeah, Twitter definitely is, and I think you've hit on how to use Twitter. And I try and talk to teachers when I do teachers workshops. I ask them, you know, raise your hand, and in a room full of 10 people, you'll get 9 or 1 hand that uses Twitter, you know, actively. So, you know, I try and walk teachers through the process of being able to filter things down, because I do think Twitter, even for myself, sometimes gets so overwhelming. You just open it up and you're bombarded with resources. But
totally, really
learning how to follow hashtags, learning how to follow, you know, good people posting good stuff is the important piece. So for those of you who are just coming in, we've got an AnswerGarden. If you can do that, I know it's tough to throw on you, but answergarden.ch.
So we go and see what their answers were?
Yeah. So
okay, I'm very
slash
curious
is
to see.
690065.
I think I used to be mid-pack with Twitter, but now I feel like I might be.
All right, so let's refresh and see what comes up. Okay, looks like Instagram, Pinterest, we're all over the board. TeacherCube.
Facebook.
How many TeacherCube folks are out there? TeacherCube, who posted TeacherCube? That's a good one, isn't it? I've just come across that one. It is developed locally for Canadian teachers primarily, but it's all over the States as well.
Cool.
Pinterest, who are our Pinterest users? Okay, yeah, good, a good one, right? Do you need the number for the? That's okay. So for you guys who just came in, we're doing an interview, and we're also, you guys are participating if you want to join us through your favorite tablet, phone, computer. Thank you. So how about Instagram? Who is our Instagram person? Okay. Why do you like Instagram?
It's like the photo effects.
So that's the piece that I'm missing. I don't have the natural inclination to take a picture of something, but maybe to report it with words. I don't know. For me, that's what I'm missing. But I'd like to get to know Instagram better.
Yeah, I think today's student is
Instagram
definitely
and all the visual, right?
Yep.
It's all about Instagram routines.
Well,
Snapchat.
Yeah, and I mentioned this with the other group. Have you heard of Finstagram? Anyone? So this is, I'll give you the long and short of it. What kids are doing is they're setting up an Instagram for their parents to see, and then a Finstagram for their friends to see. So you don't know that your kids actually have two. They call it a Finsta. Yeah. Yeah.
That true, guys?
Uh-oh, I let the secret out, so make sure you challenge your students with that one. So let me, oh, good, I've got spam. That's always fun.
Amazing.
So we've got, let's go to our next question. And the next question was, ooh, this is a tough one. Design your own school. Now, for those of you who are doing, you feel free to just write a couple words. What would your design school
I know
be?
we've talked a lot about
Learning
this,
spaces,
but mine would be a portfolio-based school. It would be like a giant game in that you just couldn't go to the next level until you'd mastered a level. You'd have to have evidence of that. And it wouldn't be by age. It would be by readiness. No
so
bells.
Gaming school, is that kind
Well,
of it, or?
The point isn't the game, but the point is that in a sense, it's their portfolio again. What do you want to
Portfolio
achieve?
school.
Where you're headed? Okay, here's the path for that. Let's design that together. Show me some evidence that you understand that.
So for those of you doing the AnswerGarden, just maybe put in like the name of your school, just a couple of quick sentences. So
Oh, I have to come up with a cool name.
Student
huh?
Commons, I like that one.
That's nice.
Somebody also posted Reddit. Who are our Reddit users? All right. There's a lot on Reddit. That's another one. There's a lot of stuff there. So Student Commons, I like that one.
I like
for
that
our
too.
School, yeah. Who wrote Student Commons? Is that okay? What kinds of things were you thinking with Student Commons?
I just think it would be nice to have a dedicated space or area where kids can network in a kind of more casual social kind of way and help one another learn, socialize, and network.
I love that. And I think I'd have a student commons in my school so that they could find each other and learn from each other. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not the only expert for sure.
Okay, so our next one. It takes a little while. Okay, we've kind of already tapped on this one, but we can let everyone in on this one. So what's the tech trend to watch for? So you said VR?
Yeah, but
Okay.
basically like new media types that are going to become student creation friendly. That's what I would say.
So if you're not familiar with AnswerGarden, you can create one quickly and easily for your class. And what happens is the more people respond the same way, the bigger the word gets. So that's the whole idea behind the garden. So I like the networking areas. That's a good one for someone for the last question. So let me just refresh, see if we can get some new answers.
Some of our schools, they have what they call genius bars.
Genius Parks?
Genius bars.
Oh,
Bars.
okay.
So it's the same concept as students helping students
Yeah.
with
Nice.
technical needs, and then like actually staff go there too.
Yeah, that is a nice
That's what they
idea.
call it, a genius bar.
Yeah, I like that
a
idea.
Geek squad.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, and then the students know that they're not allowed to touch staff laptop.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they have like technical questions for like, how do you do your smart board? Something on smart board. They're not troubleshooting our equipment,
Right.
Great idea.
but they can troubleshoot our students' equipment.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great idea. So it looks like social VR is coming up, kind
Cool.
of popular. Again, I think all of us are looking. Is there any Ready Player One fans out there? Ready Player One?
The book was
Okay.
awesome.
The book was awesome. Did you see the movie?
I'm a little bit nervous about that. I think it's going to maybe not be as good as the book.
I read the book and I saw the movie.
It's all right.
It's different. So let's
Okay.
put it that way. So take that for what it is.
Okay.
It's different than the book. So I think you'll you'll like it maybe for different reasons.
Okay.
But
All right.
they did nice as far as the special effects for sure. Okay, so let's move on to, we could probably do a couple more questions here. Right. So, and again, this tool is just a site called Class Tools. You can make your own thing. And so, oh, this is the one that dates me every time. So first storage device, floppy disk,
Oh,
cassette.
yeah. Well, I can remember accessing code on a Texas Instruments computer on cassette tape. It didn't belong to me, but I would say that my Commodore 64 floppy was
Commodore
my first
64,
storage device, right?
What were those, 5-inch
Yeah,
floppies?
3x5s
I
or
think.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. 5.5.
So yes,
Definitely. That's right.
I did the cassette tape. So you'd put it in there and come back in a half an hour, and then the program would be downloaded. I'm not kidding. It was a long time.
It was terrible,
Yeah.
right? And loading the programs.
She put her music on it. Yeah. You guys ever heard of
That's good.
Yeah, well, yes. All right, let's go one more. Oh, we forgot to check our AnswerGarden. Let me check that.
Yeah,
Let's
forgot it.
refresh
Email in
that. Yeah, I think we're almost there. We're pretty
Almost
much
there.
there. Yeah. Okay. Floppy disk, good. Right. Yeah, I usually have most people beat by the cassette tape. Most people haven't had to worry about that one. So. Oh, that is. Yeah, we probably would have expanded our.
That's an American British thing, I think, again. Right?
So which is American? This one, the disc.
Okay.
Well, two people did, I think, right? Yeah, two people did that one. So you're not alone. All right. So we'll go with this as our last one. So.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't get the hard question.
Besides students, yes, the blogging one. Yes. Besides students, who or what inspires you? So what are your people that inspire you? I mean, I think most of us in education are inspired by our kids. So.
I'm very into media, multimedia. And so I would say I'm voracious in terms of how much I try to intake at once. Like I'm always reading 3 books. I see every movie in every genre possible. I'm working on, I guess, the podcasts and all of those things, but like how the reinvention of something which is basically storytelling happens over and over and over again. That's what inspires me.
Nice. Great. So let's just refresh our screen here. See what other people put for inspiration. So we've got innovators, like that one. Anyone want to throw out an innovator there? The younger generations?
Mm-hmm.
Artists? I'm always inspired by like Pixar. Pixar, everything they do is always creative and different. And
I think right now I'm really interested in guerrilla art. So like yarn bombing and guerrilla gardening.
I haven't heard of that.
So it's like
What's
making
the
something
concept?
beautiful out of it, something that's ugly, but that's in a public space.
Huh. That's a new term. Anyone else heard of that one? Yeah? All right. Yeah. So colleagues, yes, that's a good one. Like this one, someone put global classrooms for one of our schools. All right. Well, with that, I think we'll wrap up our formal interview.
All right.
This is Alanna King. Alanna.
Like banana. I say that
See, now
because
everyone will
for
know that.
people who don't speak with all their A's with my Orangeville A accent on it, then if they say banana, then they can call me Alanna.
Alanna, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a great conversation,
Yeah,
and thanks
thank you,
everyone
Andrew.
for participating.
Thanks for the opportunity.